Senator Rice.
Thank you, Mr President. My question is to the Minister representing the Minister for Infrastructure and Regional Development, Senator Cash. Given the $3 billion federal contribution currently committed towards the East-West Link project, a massive polluting road which Victorians rejected, my question is regarding the evidence we now have that the contracted consortium wrote their own side letter ensuring exorbitant compensation if the new government sensibly didn't build it. Was the government aware that the secret side letter had been drafted by the consortium and signed off by the then Victorian government? Was it perhaps mentioned at a meeting of the steering committee for East-West Link that the federal government was represented on? And if so, did the federal government approve?
The Minister for Immigration and Border Protection, representing the Minister for Infrastructure and Regional Development, Senator Cash.
Oh, thank you, Mr President. And can I say thank you to Senator Rice for the question, because I have to say, Senator Rice, the only infrastructure— I was actually going to say those opposite, but I will include the Australian Greens in this— interested in building is roadblocks. Roadblocks. That is all you are interested in. The East-West Link is a good project. This is a project that is going to create jobs for Victorians, because that's what this government is all about. We are into job creation, and as the Leader of the government has correctly said, 6,000 jobs, and you
Pause the clock. Order on my left. And my right. Senator Cameron and Senator Back. Senator Milne, a point of order.
Yes, a point of order, Mr President. On relevance, the minister was specifically asked about whether the federal government knew the letter that was written was by the proponents, and did the federal government know about it?
Thank you, Senator Milne. I will remind the minister of the question. The minister has 1 minute and 16 seconds in which to answer. Minister.
Why do you hate regional? Thank you, Mr President. And I have to say, apart from the 6,000 jobs that clearly those opposite, including Senator Rice, do not want to create, I have to say this takes incompetence in terms of Labor state governments to a whole new level, because this is the only government in Australia that actually wants to pay in excess of $1 billion not to build a road. I have to say, in terms of incompetence, if I thought those opposite were incompetent, the new Premier of Victoria is taking a leaf out of the former good Senator Wong's book.
Pause the clock. Senator Rice.
Point of order, please, Mr President. On relevance, my question was directly related to the existence of the secret side letter and whether the government had been aware that it was drafted by the consortium.
Order. Order. Senator Rice, thank you. Senator Cash, I would remind you of the question and indicate you have 37 seconds in which to answer the question.
I thought the question was in relation to the East-West Link, which this government actually supports. But I also have to say that I thought Mr Shorten at one stage backed it, but then he seemed to do another backflip, and nobody seems to know anymore what's actually going on.
Pause the clock. Senator Di Natale.
A point of order. Point of order, Mr President.
On my right. Just a moment, Senator Di Natale. On my right. On my right. Order. Senator Di Natale.
Point of order, Mr President. Now, on 2 occasions, the minister has been drawn to the question and she's refusing to answer it. You have drawn her attention to the question on 2 previous occasions. I ask you to do it for a 3rd time. It seems that the minister is not prepared to answer this question.
Thank you, Senator Di Natale. I'll call the minister. I do remind the minister of the question, and I inform the minister she has 21 seconds in which to answer the question. Minister.
Thank you, Mr President. I think we just witnessed some pre-selection jostling within the Australian Greens. Clearly, Senator Di Natale wishes that he'd been given that question.
Minister, I'll draw you back to the question.
Thank you, Mr President. As I said, in relation to this project, this is a government that believes in building jobs, creating jobs for Australians and building the infrastructure of tomorrow. It's just a little bit of a shame that the Australian Greens won't get on board.
The question has expired. Senator Rice, a supplementary question.
Given the minister was not willing to answer the question, perhaps in more general terms, does the minister believe that it is good practice to booby-trap major infrastructure projects for incoming governments by making deals like this
Order
with
on my
big
right.
business.
Order on my right. Order. Minister.
Mr President, let me tell you what I do believe. I believe it is good practice to deliver projects that are going to create 6,000 jobs for Victorians, and I don't consider it good practice to actually pay as a government in excess of $1 billion of taxpayers' money not to build the road. This government has a very, very clear message for the Victorian Labor government, and that is a very simple one: build the road.
You conclude your answer, Minister. Senator Rice, a final supplementary question.
WestConnex in Sydney is another massive polluting tollway that residents don't want, with many of the hallmarks of the East-West Toll Road. Residents don't want it, and it won't fix congestion. Given the lessons learnt in Victoria, why is the government continuing to commit billions of federal taxpayer dollars? Is this part of what the Australian newspaper asserts with the headline, "Perhaps the Prime Minister just isn't any good at politics"?
Minister.
Thank you, Mr President. In relation to WestConnex, can I just say what the benefits to the people of New South Wales are going to be? Because, again, this is an example of good infrastructure. It is expected to deliver $20 billion worth of economic benefits to the people of New South Wales. $20 billion. It is expected to boost local economies. It is expected to improve travel times. It is expected to create 10,000 jobs. Senator Rice, what are you opposed to? The creation of jobs? Is that what you're opposed to? Are you opposed to better transport? Are you opposed to building the infrastructure that is going to ensure that Australians today and tomorrow are able to travel in an efficient manner?
Thank you, Minister. The time for answering the question has expired.